In the year 1997, the future is in chaos and turmoil. Mankind is on the brink of extinction. Brave survivors band together and build a time displacement apparatus to receive a signal from a parallel future. This transmission is the Wundercast.
Welcome to the Wundercast, the official podcast of Wunderblog.com, the home of UFF8 coverage, Unnamed Footage Festival. I am your host and director of the short film Toy Vlog Hunt in the house, and with me today is fellow filmmaker with two films playing this year at the Unnamed Footage Festival. The short film Fam-illi and the feature film Leech. We have David Dawson. How you doing, David?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Leech is your what number film? Your fourth, your fifth film?
It is my, let's see, sixth feature.
Sixth film. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
You're prolific, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah,
nothing to slow you down.
I'm trying to crank them out. I don't know. I just have I have some kind of mental illness where I just I probably should take a little bit more time with these things, but I just feel like I have a bunch of ideas, and if I don't make them, then I'm gonna die or something before I can get to make them. I don't know. I just like to keep as busy as possible. I made Fam-illi and Leech in 2024. My plan was to make 3 features in 2024, which I failed at, of course. So I just made a feature and a short. Well, 2 shorts, but yeah.
Dude, that's a lot of minutes, man. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of editing. That's insane, dude. My hat's off to you.
I tried.
Kudos. So let's do some shilling real quick to start things off. So here's the beautiful Unnamed Footage Festival website.
Such a good website, dude.
It's beautiful. We have Yuffie here, our mascot, creeping us out with his beautiful smile. And I know you just are gonna go away now. Exactly. On March 25th through March 30th. That's where you go. Let's go to the calendar. I like the calendar. What is it? Calendar. So here we have 3/25 on March 29th. You can check us out. Leech and my film Toy Vlog Hunt playing. I'm assuming I'm opening. I don't think he's gonna close with the short. That would be insane.
I think the shorts generally open.
I think that's a good way to tee off. Let's watch a trailer for Leech.
Welcome to my city, Loves Park, city with a heart. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Dark Lord.
Hey, Dark Lord of Loves Park, welcome.
I'll chug a beer for $5. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Dark Lord, that's back. Who did this shit? What the fuck?
subscribe to my channel and fucking donate.
You know, I start to wonder sometimes why the fuck I even do this. I'm so fucking sick of it. I need money. This is my life. This is my life.
I have found the next Michael Jordan of lol cows, and his name is the Dark Lord of Love's Park. Oh, man.
And that is the trailer for Leech. I love the music in the trailer. Who did the music for that?
That's actually the lead actor who plays the Dark Lord Jordan. He actually recorded the music. It's funny, both Leech and Fam-illi. He's kind of like the lead in both of them, playing way different characters, of course, but he did the music in both of the movies. So yeah.
That's awesome. And here we have Fam-illi, which is playing in the first short film block. On Friday at 11 a.m. So wake up, and by the time it's lunchtime, you're gonna be deep in the family,
Hell yeah.
and it'll leave a possible sour taste in your mouth. I don't know.
I hope so. Some kind of taste.
Whoa. So what was the what is your pre-production process like? Is it like a short it's process since you're trying to crank like 3 movies out in 1 year? Like,
It's actually, well, I don't know. It kind of depends on the project. I think for Leech, it was actually like longer than normal because I don't do like I'll write like a traditional script, but I kind of don't use it when we're shooting that much. So like me and Jordan, like Jordan, I've known Jordan literally like 20 years. So like, I mean, I'm talking to him all the time, but like we knew that he was going to play this character and we knew who we were basing the character off of. So I would just talk to him. We would talk on the phone like every day for a couple of months, just going back and forth about character stuff. So this was like a longer pre-production than most
yeah.
stuff. But yeah, once we get all the character stuff down, then it's pretty quick. Then we just rip it as quick as we can.
So is it like a couple months, a couple weeks? Like
For
how
pre-production?
how long does it take to like write the script before you get it out? And then like how long before okay, we're ready to set a schedule?
I'd say probably it kind of depends because I always have like I always have like a bunch of scripts like up in the air floating around. So it kind of depends. Usually I'll just be I'll be writing all the time, all through the year. And then I'll just grab one that's just like speaking to me or whatever, one that I really want. I can't get my mind off of, then I'll grab this one.
Okay.
And I was just obsessed with lolcows. I was obsessed with King Cobra JFS. I don't know if you know the character that this guy's based off of loosely. Well, not loosely, but
I don't know King Cobra. I'm more familiar with like Boogie and
yeah.
like Wings of Redemption and
Yep.
stuff like that. That was the first thing as soon as I saw the trailer that came to mind, because they're
Right.
doing a lot of weird stuff on their new podcast, the Locale Live, where they're like burying Boogie and like he's like laying in
Yeah.
a grave and stuff. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um,
So Leech is like pretty, like the character at least, and like the scenario is based pretty close to King Cobra. King Cobra, like he basically just live streams from his computer in his living room, and he's been doing it for like a decade. So he's built up like a pretty big audience, but like it's taken forever, and he just like gets blackout drunk, and he's kind of just like a degenerate on YouTube, and like trolls really get to him, and he'll like have meltdowns and stuff, and they used to like pay him to do certain things, or like they would DoorDash him random stuff, and like at one point they DoorDashed him a Subway sandwich that had nothing but like all the sauces on it.
oh no.
And then like to get to the trolls, he's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna eat it. Fuck you think I don't care? I don't care. I'll eat it." And it's just kind of like I put like the Urban Dictionary definition of lolcow to start the movie off, just to like prime people. Um, but yeah, it's just basically people. It's a spectacle for people, I guess. They kind of watch this guy, and sometimes they get too close, and it's weird. And like people have his phone number, and they harass him, and it's just like it's horrible. But like that's what interests me about writing the script is like he's kind of like the character's kind of he's a piece of shit. But like I kind of I think everybody kind of sees themselves a little bit in this guy and
No, yeah,
like what he's striving to do.
there's a seed of like an innocent person who just wants to like play guitar and like live out his fantasy and not be,
Right.
like, find his own. He's trying to like find his own identity,
Yep.
and he just gets mired by all the other horrible, delicious rats that there are to eat.
Hey. Yeah, dude. It's exactly, and that's what I don't know. I think that's what interested me in writing this character to begin with is like it's kind of like who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, and like it kind of flips back and forth, and yeah.
Um, so th- I haven't seen Flesh Games yet. I'm very curious to watch it after watching these two. Is it your same ensemble of actors in most of your work?
Yeah, for the most part, it's kind of like shifted a little bit over the years. But yeah, Flesh Games has Mike and Jordan, the two people that are in Leech, but then it also has because Flesh Games is like it's like Jackass that turns into a horror movie basically
Cool.
without giving too much away. But so it's a whole group. So it's those two, me, I'm in it, our buddy Ben, our buddy Corey, and yeah. So it's that's actually like more of an ensemble. Like you know it's actually a group of people, whereas Leech is more like a character study. But
That's awesome. What did you learn from Flesh Games that made it like, I don't know, easier, or like what made you want to go more in depth on like one single character for Leech?
I think well, it kind of just it's more in line with like the stuff that I made before Flesh Games. Like most of that stuff is kind of following like one or two characters as opposed to a group of people. But I mean, even Flesh Games, it narrows down into the two people like towards the end. But yeah, I really wanted to focus on this one character, and I want like the way that we shot Leech is like all the live stream stuff are actual live stream like like the actor Jordan he like has a YouTube now, the
Hmm.
Dark Lord of Love's Park, and like he does live streams. So like we did legit live streams on YouTube, and basically we set him up in the basement. We would hang out upstairs and watch it on TV on the YouTube, and I would kind of like text him, or I would tell people to comment. We would get as many people in as we could, and that's
Awesome.
kind of how I would direct him. I would kind of direct him like that way. Obviously I would sit down with him before and tell him exactly what we needed, but like, I mean, we probably have like 6 hours of just him. I really wanted it to just be him by himself in front of a camera and just kind of see what happens. And like a lot of that is what you see.
I've thought about like, crazy ways to market movies. And if I were you, I would set up a fake Dark Lord YouTube page.
Oh, we have one. We
Have
have one.
just a bunch of real content there, and just see who in the algorithm just falls their way into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are.
Like it's like
We
an
have
Easter egg.
we have that going. He's probably got like 60 videos
That's awesome.
on YouTube that are not stuff from the movie. It's just random, live streams or shorts and stuff. So
That's awesome. Fuck. So the gore in the movie, is there a it's all done by you, or you're just buying a bucket of blood, you make your own blood? How do we rock?
it's well, one of my buddies that works on the movies with me, he has his hand a little bit in effects stuff. So like he'll basically just make blood. He's got like a recipe or whatever. He just makes blood, and then we kind of improvise whatever we need for prop wise. We just kind of do it, yeah. And then every once in a while there's this guy named James Bell who makes like gore movies, and he like makes a living making props. Like he goes to horror conventions and just has a tape of like limbs and fingers and stuff that you can buy for pretty cheap. But he'll make custom stuff. So like I know him, and every once in a while we'll get a prop if we need. I don't think we use anything in Leech, but in Flesh Games there's some props that we had made for that. But yeah, I'll get some props made, but other than that, yeah, we just toss some latex and fake blood together and hope for the
That's
best.
that's a great connection. Yeah, I just ordered off of our corporate overlords Amazon. I just ordered I Can't Believe It's Not Blood, and it was fantastic.
Oh, really? I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that, dude.
It's like theatrical blood, but it's called I Can't Believe It's Not Blood, and it like
That's hilarious.
washes out of everything. It just washes super easily.
Oh, does it? See that? Because the that's the thing that kind of sucks about having like your own recipe is that it does. I mean, it washes okay, but like, I mean, we made another short that played the virtual back in September. Actually, Leech played that too. That was technically the world premiere was virtual, but then they
Whoa.
wanted to bring it back for theatrical too, which is cool. But and it's kind of kicking off. I have like a tour set up basically for Leech, so it's awesome. This is like the first theatrical, and then we're going to Cleveland the weekend after, and then like we got a bunch of dates in Missouri because I have a lot of friends in Missouri, and then yeah, I think one in Oklahoma, and but it's crazy. It's crazy, but anyways, we made another short called Surfacing that we just shot in my apartment in January or something. And the blood does wash out, but like basically it's pretty bloody. And like but up until moving out, I mean, we were just like finding blood, like random blood and shit all over the place.
Damn.
So yeah, if they have a version that's like very easily to washable, that's tight.
Your movie, it immediately like the vibe and the style of it. It reminded me of when I was young and I discovered the movie Gummo for the first time. Are you a fan of Gummo?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Big time. It gave me those Gummo vibes where it's like if I was
That's
like
awesome.
13 years old and I found this movie, I would find like some moment to like over quote or like, hyper
That rules,
obsess
dude.
over something like that.
Yeah, I love Harmony Korine, and actually last year Flesh Games played off Unnamed Footage Festival too, and it played right before a film print of Trash Humpers. I don't know if you've seen Trash Humpers, but it was fucking awesome.
I have not. I have not.
You should check that out. Trash Humpers rules, dude.
Um, if we can digress quickly to family. Um,
Whoop, whoop.
Stab, punch, I eat you for lunch.
Yeah.
That a day of writing thing is that, that's good that was written on day one in the script and that's how we
Um,
finished it.
um, it wasn't in the script, but I talked to Jordan when he was writing the song, and I said that chop and stab need to be in the chorus. That's all I gave him. And then I also told him like not to I mean I just told him that because he's like actually he's like a good musician. So his first like inclination is to go like I'm gonna do the best hip hop song I possibly can. And I had to be like it has to be like not bad, but like more easily digestible for the character, you know, in the movie. So we had to because he wanted to go at it with like, let me do triplets and fit as many words as I can and like make myself like a good rapper. And I'm like, that's not what the movie is, dude. So he just had to we just had to I gave him chop and stab, and then I just said make it simple about all the juggalo shit that you know, and then I think that one he just did it, and I was like, "This is fucking perfect." And then we just went with it, and then we had that for. I think he recorded it couple weeks before we shot that one.
That's awesome. Has it played at like a Juggalo film festival yet or at a Juggalo event yet?
No, no, I'm actually a little worried about because sometimes I would consider myself a juggalo. Like I love ICP, I love Twisted, and like
Uh-huh.
I've loved that stuff my entire life. I'm a little concerned because sometimes they get a little bent out of shape about how you portray juggalos in media, and I don't know. I haven't really gotten any feedback from other people that consider themselves juggalos yet, and I'm just a little concerned that they might be like, what do you I mean, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I think if you show it and you're in like full makeup and like you're sincere as a human being, like
Right.
I think it's a loving for I would think it's a loving portrayal if I was that in
That's what
that
I that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted it to be. Like that was my but I could I mean, I don't know. I could see someone taking it the wrong way because they're kind of like dumb characters and they're kind of but they are I want them to be lovable for the most part. I mean, it gets a little twisted at the end, but yeah, I don't know. The same thing with Leech though, like I would love to like collaborate with King Cobra or something in the
Mhm.
future, or at least have him see the movie because like King Cobra is like a goth like guitar playing, like it's based off of him. It's a lot of Jordan and like stuff that I brought in, but it's like based pretty heavily off of King Cobra.
Did
So
you
I'd
ever
love
try
for
to
him
reach
to.
out?
I would love to, but dude, his guard is up con- all so much that even if he saw it, and even if he would immediately think I was trolling him, which is my concern with like
Okay,
family and stuff too.
this is we're on the internet right now. This is your chance to publicly appeal to King Cobra in a sincere way.
Well, hey, King Cobra, if you're watching this, I'm a big fan. I consume your content a lot, brother. And I would love for you to watch Leech. It's not anti you. It's actually pro you. If you really like, don't let the first few minutes steer you wrong. It's pro you, I think, in the end. So that's my appeal.
I let's get into the spoiler section a little bit. Uh
Hell yeah.
spoiler song, spoilers, these are the spoilers. Spoilers. Um in Leech, one of my favorite things about it is how you critique people who in all respects do reaction content, but they're really just stealing content. They're not really adding any you know, a transformative
Right.
analysis to what they're doing, and they're stealing views from people. And you you balance like making it, you know, making both characters unlikable in totally different ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like one, like the guy who does content corner, like he's got his like smug Chiefs fans hat on, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he must like rub his face in people with that all the time.
Yeah.
And then I have to know, are you a Matt Cardona fan? Because you said the Michael Jordan of lol cows, and that immediately made me think of the wrestler Matt Cardona.
I'm not. That was just that was just like off the top a riff that Mike came up with on the
Okay.
spot. So I'm not aware of
Okay.
that.
Because that was one of the inspirations for my film is the toy content and stuff that Matt Cardona does.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Okay.
uh in Leech, the last, you know, 10 minutes or so, we get into you know, a sort of very like normal everyday sort of thing that could happen at any time. It was like somebody getting doxxed and somebody showing up to your house who, you know, obviously has a screw loose, and like society has brought them to their wits end, you know what I mean? Like they're going to be like evicted, you know, they barely have enough money to eat, and you know, you're just the wrong person at the wrong time who did the wrong thing, and you're fucked basically.
Mhm.
um and in family, there's this same sort of structure at the end where, you know, the last minute, like you don't even have like something afterwards for like us to like process this. Like our last thoughts are like gruesome grisly death, and like that's it. Like there's no
Yeah.
like lemon sorbet afterwards to cleanse your palate. There's no shot of like a sunset or like, you know what I mean, a
Fuck no.
falling leaf or some bullshit.
No, dude.
Like what is it about that approach to the ending that that resonates with you, you think?
I don't know. I like things to end and just to feel bad. I think that's my general goal, or just to feel like I do have one movie called Long Weekend, which does well. Okay, I have like a formula kind of with my movies. A lot of them are just like meandering dramas, mumblecore type stuff, and then I kind of push it over like a genre edge at the end. And I like making stuff that's like super realistic, almost to a point where you go, is this what is this? This is a doc? I don't even like what is this? I don't know what this is. And then throwing in some like heightened genre stuff at the end to kind of fuck with those expectations. So I just love taking that left turn at the end.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. I just like when something ends and you go, fuck, man. And I also love a nice cut to black. Yeah, like I'm not gonna end it with a I'm not gonna end it with any type of like real closure. It's gonna be it's real life, dude. I mean,
Yeah, but I feel like another filmmaker, it would be like, like the lingering shot, and then like you hear like the sirens or something, and like the lights coming around or something like that, or like
yeah.
and then in Family, right? Do you think did you think about the two lead characters of the relationship as like an abusive friendship, or like, or is that not the subtext but like the obvious text? I don't know. I'm
No,
meandering.
that's I mean, no, that's exactly that's what it was in the script. That's what I was trying to get across at least is that uh maybe not abusive, like abusive might be a little much, but definitely like, Jordan who played Carney J. He's like I'm the guy, and you help me, but you're not the guy. I'm the guy.
Hmm.
Don't give me your ideas. I have this. So like, kind of just like you know, they're friends, but like kind of, I guess it is abusive. Like he like uses him for stuff, and he kind of just, it's another thing where he kind of gets fed up at
Yeah.
the end, and it kind of boils to a bloody conclusion.
I used to rap back in my teenage days and early 20s.
Hell yeah.
So I'm familiar with, the two white boys rapping in the streets
Yeah.
moment of the movie. That was very I saw a mirror reflection at moments.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
and I love that both of your movies take a flip flip the genre that they are in and turn it into something else. That's definitely something that's in my vibe. Uh Last question.
I think by the way, I think you would like Flesh Games then, if that's
I'm
if
hyped. I'm
that's your
hyped.
shit.
You sold you sold
I
me
think you
at
dig
Jackass, but it turns horror. That's all I needed to hear.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, when you make the movies, how many edits do you go through to get at, like, where you're at? Like, is it do you hit the runtime do you want? Do you discover the runtime?
I would say, yeah, it's kind of, again, it's kind of different. Like family is kind of like an anomaly in my like filmography. That kind of got done shooting and editing in like a few weeks total. So like that just kind of just, I don't know, and plus the way that it's supposed to, like, it looks a certain way because it's supposed to look a certain way. So it's like I didn't want to spend too much time trying to make it perfect or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like it's supposed to look, of course it's found footage. It's supposed to look like you found a fucking tape in a garbage can or something. And so that one just came together. And that was also like one of the funnest shoots we've ever done. It had like the most people that we've ever had like involved on anything, even though it's like hilariously lo-fi and low, like no budget at all. But like we had a ton of people to help and it was just a blast. And we shot for like 2 days. And then I don't know, it just came together perfectly. Something like Leech, Leech is more of like how I generally shoot because, like I said, I write like a traditional script. It's usually shorter because I only fuck with I just do I do an idea of what I want the dialogue to be, but I don't flesh it out in the script. I just do like a quick synopsis of what the dialogue is going to be, and then I just let that we just improv uh on set or whatever. So something like Leech is more like my other movies where we just we shoot a ton. Like I said, like we probably have 5 hours of him just live streaming, and then like another hour or two of like the vlog stuff. So it's more like whittling, like it's like whittling something down. And I don't usually, I think it's more like fluid than like having, I probably have like two rough cuts and then a final generally, but it's not like, not to say that that I'm editing quickly. It's just, it's more fluid than like, this is my edit, watch it, what do you think? It just kind of ebbs and flows and like it grows and stuff on its own, I guess.
Are you shooting in sequence and sequentially?
No, usually not. Just because we shoot so quickly that it's kind of like, okay, well, he's in this. Well, I guess Leech, he's basically in the same outfit the entire movie, but in a normal movie, okay, we have this outfit, this location, shoot everything that happened like as quick as we can for this so we can just move on. So yeah, usually it's completely out of order. I forget. And what I usually do is I'll do like the first, we probably average like 5 to 6 days for features
Mm-hmm.
when we shoot,
Well,
which is pretty quick. But like what I like to do is I usually like to start with like a half day if I can. It's hard because most of us like have jobs and shit and like families and it's like hard to work around that stuff. If we can get together for a half day, I like to shoot something that's like long where they're in character but it's not like super important to the story just so we can all get in
get the
like the
feel.
vibe. I forget. Yeah. I forget if we did that for Leech, but like for Flesh Games, I know you haven't seen Flesh Games, but there's this whole like intro scene where it's just Jordan like talking to the camera. And we did that before people even showed up, basically. And it just kind of like it's not stuff that's like if it's not in the movie, it's fine. But like it just gets you in the flow. And then after that, like the second day, we usually just we're just head down fucking 12 hours and then the next day maybe anything else we can think of and then there will usually be like a pickup day later, but yeah.
That's dope.
I forgot I don't even remember what your question was,
Did you shoot
but
sequentially? But that answered it. Yeah.
oh yeah, no, usually not. I mean, I would love that would be great. I'm actually thinking about the next movie. I was thinking about trying to do it that way, but I just don't know if it's possible. Like, well, it's possible, but it would take a lot longer like at this level because so I think it's just easier just to go, okay, we have this location, this person, get every scene, no matter what part of the story it is done right now, move on.
What are you guys eating when you're shooting? You like bring like a bunch of snacks or you like order like pizza or what's
It's usually
catering?
it's usually pizza because I mean, obviously I mean, everybody loves pizza, but we're also from we usually shoot I live in Wisconsin now, but I'm from Northern Illinois, and that's where we usually go and shoot, and we have like our hometown, we have like some serious fucking pizza places. So
Sweet.
that's usually what the food situation is, or cat food, depends.
Depends, obviously. You don't want to waste the cat food.
Yeah.
Any last question? What camera are you guys filming on? Is Family and Dark Lord shot on the same camera? Because it looks totally different.
No. Family is shot on like an early 2000s high 8 camera that shoots to tape. And that's the same thing we shot Flesh Games on. And then Leech, the Dark Lord stuff is shot literally the live streams it's just a webcam and I ripped it straight from the YouTube channel. And that's what that is. And then the vlog stuff is like a still an older I forget exactly the year or the model, but it's like one of those like Red Bull sized like handy cams. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it looks like a cam kind of, but like it's just a point and shoot like mid to late 2000, maybe 2000, somewhere around there. And then I mean, if you go even further back in my filmography, it's funny though. My first like 3 or 4 movies look really good, and then it gets lo-fi and lo-fi and lo-fi. So so like that stuff we're shooting on like Canon C300s, and like the next movie we're making is going to be like a found footage hybrid, so it's going to be like half traditional movie and then half like vlog style, like video journal. So that stuff will be shot on like a Blackmagic package with like beautiful lenses and stuff, and the other stuff will be like a camcorder. So it all depends. It's usually a different. I mean, I don't know if we've maybe shot 2 or 3 movies on the same camera, but yeah, it's usually dependent on the subject matter. I'm not a guy that likes to make something look authentic in post. I would much rather it look like if it's gonna be something that's supposed to be shot on tape, more than likely I'm gonna try to shoot it on tape, even though it makes it very annoying and hard to deal with. But
Well, the one of the ethos that I thought about when I made my movie was like if I try to make like a regular looking movie, it's going to be extremely difficult for me to achieve that aesthetic.
right,
But if I do this as like supposed internet content, I can reach that level in a believable way that,
right,
turns that weakness into a strength.
yeah. I guess I mean, the only I get what people are saying, because like I like went to film school and stuff, and like know how to shoot a traditionally good looking scene. And like the argument would be that, especially when you're making a feature, is like if your movie is like 720p in the year 2025, it's harder to sell. Like a company's not going to like want to buy it a lot of times. So that would be the argument would be, well, shoot it 4K and just you know, make it look like it's tape so that you could potentially sell it in the future. But like, I don't know. I would hate myself if I did that. So I was just I want it to look how it's supposed to look, and I want to do it that way. So
If I were you with family, I would literally put it on VHS tapes and just hand it to random juggalos,
oh
right?
yeah,
And
we
just
have yeah we
let the
we
tape
have a
trading begin.
we have a VHS release of that actually by my buddy Gosh Darn Tapes.
That's awesome.
So that's I think we're gonna do it today because I'm a VHS guy too, like a collector. I don't collect as much anymore because I'm like poor and barely have a home to live in. But yeah, like Flesh Games had a tape release from my buddy Strange Tapes in Chicago. Family has a tape release. Leech will probably, even though it's not really a movie, but I'm still gonna do like a short run of VHS
So is
tapes from it.
VHS tape where all the profits at nowadays?
Honestly, it's I mean, a lot people like VHS, which is kind of annoying because like I've been collecting them for a long time now, and it used to be like a cheap hobby and a cheap thing. I'm sure that happens with all things that where you collect them. You used to be able to go to a thrift store and find some good shit for a quarter, and now it's $400 on eBay.
Well, yeah, don't even get me started. I know
Yeah,
that like Monster Squad VHS tapes are like next to the Holy Grail or some shit now.
yeah. There's some stupid. Speaking of, Gummo, I think is a pretty heavy
Price
price. I think it's
VHS.
like 90 or $100 for a Gummo VHS tape now.
Whoa, that's
Which again is something that I found for a quarter,
I
15
never
years
even
ago or whatever.
I never even bought Gummo. I would just rent it at Blockbuster over and over. I
Yeah,
was like I was like scared to
I
own
love
it.
Gummo,
My
man.
parents would find out or something. Like, no. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, dude. No, I love Gummo too.
So let's close out this interview. If you have one question for me about Toy Vlog Hunt.
I have 2 questions. One is, well, are you a toy guy? Like, is this like a thing? Is this like a autobiographical sort of film?
I got really into toy vlog content during the pandemic. And that was like super comforting and relaxing to just like turn off your brain and watch people, go through stores and, talk about old action figures and stuff like that. So I've been down that rabbit hole. I've always been a comic book nerd, and a movie nerd, and I grew up with a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures, and my would play with my brother's old He-Man toys that my cousin inherited at his house. And the genesis of like one of the genesises of making the movie was like I have to like eBay a bunch of stuff and get rid of stuff to like afford life. And
Yeah.
so I was about to like eBay stuff and I wanted to like remember like what I had once.
Hmm.
So there's a few things, a handful of things in the montage that are items that I eBayed. So this is like my last memory of them in a way.
Last hurrah with that group of
Yeah.
items.
My brother also he used to work at Service Merchandise in the year 2000, and he bought a bunch of like random like the Star Wars like Powers of the Force toys that are there and stuff.
Hmm.
He like made like a bin of like a bunch of toys that he bought at while he was at work, and he like wrote a note on it, and he was like, do not sell till the year 2050 and it's worth $1 million, right?
Yeah.
And then like in 2020 he was like, hey, well, we might not make it to 2050, just let's sell these now.
Just do it. Yeah.
So that was a good time.
Hell yeah. And then also, what was your process of shooting? Was it a quick, like, what did you write a script? Did you just rip it? Did you rip through it? Did you, what was the process like?
Well, it started off that it was really funny because basically I had the filmmaking itch. I've had the filmmaking itch for a long time. I tried to shoot a feature back when I was like 19 years old that I only got like two-thirds of the way through. And then before I was gonna like shoot all my action sequences, I got like talked out of like of finishing, and I like reread the script and I was like, oh man, this is horrible. And so I never finished it.
No, dude.
And then like 10 years later, I tried to make a zombie sort of web series, right? And so like I finished at least editing that. But I never did like music. I never like finished putting it out. And like it wasn't like what I was going for. And I've written tons of scripts of higher budgets and stuff like that. And I really wanted to make a short film, and our goal was to make a Christmas short film. And so me and Danny and Derek, who are my collaborators on this movie, I would be texting them and talking to them, and we were trying to figure out what Christmas short we could do. We wanted to do a holiday horror short.
Mhm.
And we were planning this short with like Christmas lights, and I was scouting all these locations with Christmas lights and shit. And I was gonna have somebody come in to like play our lead for this Christmas lights idea, and then it fell through. It totally fell through. The lead did not materialize, and it fell through. And then I kind of had this like backup idea of like, what if a a content creator was secretly a serial killer, and that his videos are his trophies
Hell
that
yeah.
he can remember his kills with. And then I like was dying to shoot anything.
Right.
And I was like, I am on Christmas break. I'm gonna shoot something on Christmas break, whatever it is. And so it was the day after Christmas, and I was like, all right, it's Boxing Day. On the 27th, the day after Boxing Day, we're gonna go to Target and we're gonna see what those toy aisles are like. Have they been ravaged? And that was my first day of shooting. And I had a rough outline of like where I wanted the story to go
Mhm.
at that point, but I was just getting collecting shots and like literally, because I didn't think I could pre-write what toys I'd see. I wanted to just react to what I saw and like build the
Right.
best parts. And then when I had all of my toy footage together, I basically just did a pass with it where, oh wait, I wasn't even supposed to be the actor in this movie. Okay.
That's it. Dude, that's a tale as old as time, brother.
I wasn't supposed to be the actor in this movie.
Yeah.
My friend Derek, who plays the victim and also does the score for the movie, they were gonna be the lead, and at the last second they're like, you know what you want. You be the star. You
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
it.
of course, dude. Of course.
And so that made it a lot easier. And
Yeah.
then anytime I wanted to work on the movie, I had the actor in the room, I was ready to go. So that was wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, and then I edited together all the toy stuff and just kind of did a loose pass of what dialogue I wanted over it. And it took me like 3 drafts of like kind of improvising, making jokes. And then at that point, I decided that it would be really fucked up if this is a, the right wing content grifter on YouTube that so many people are familiar with, all right?
Right.
Who what they're going to say before they say it because they say the same thing every week and they just change the thumbnail on the video
Yeah.
and it's the same content over and over and over. And so I one of my favorite movies is From Dusk Till Dawn.
Mhm.
And I love the way that it starts off as one movie and then like blindsides you with another movie.
Hell
And
yeah.
so my original cut, I didn't have like those zoom ins to the victim, and it was way more subtle, and nobody was getting it. So
Got it.
this
Yeah.
this is what tested.
So you had to pump it up a little bit. That's tight. Where are
Yeah,
you where are you located at?
I'm in Miami, Florida.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
tight.
this
So are you gonna make some more? Are you gonna make some more shorts in this? Are you gonna do something completely different next? Are you gonna make a feature? What's your plan? Not to flip this whole thing on you, but what are you doing?
well. Well, right now this short is basically like my proof of concept for a feature,
Tight.
and I want to make an anthology horror film. And this is like one piece of the puzzle.
That's awesome. That rules.
Yeah. So that's in full pre-production right now.
Awesome.
So that's cool. And then I have a bunch of other scripts that I've written that I'm just like tinkering away at and just refining like beautiful Hattori Hanzo swords.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, thank you for that question. That was
For
great.
sure.
Uh, Once again, Leech and Toy Vlog Hunt are playing on March 29th at 3:25 p.m. at the Balboa Theater in San Francisco. And you're gonna be there in person?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm driving out too. So I'll be leaving like tomorrow or Saturday and fucking
Yeah.
I
Let's
drove out
go.
last year too, and I'll probably stop in LA, visit some friends, and then zip up. And yeah, I'll see you fuckers at the not you, but people
That's
that are
awesome.
watching
Yo,
at the
please
Balboa.
record the crowd for me. I want to see people's reaction. This
I
would be
will.
awesome.
We also might this maybe if people are watching, they're going to be at the festival. Dark Lord might be at the screening.
Whoa!
I don't know.
Whoa, in full character. Holy shit.
In full character.
Don't break character. You need to have like some gummy rats to eat or something hand out. Come
He
on.
does not. He does not, dude. He does not. It's one of the more annoying things about this guy is that he will not break character. We actually did. We did a screening of Family in Missouri a couple weeks ago, and he went in character as Carney J, and he
That's
did the
amazing.
whole festival. He performed at the end. He performed him and Mike performed the song at the end, but he went the entire time. Like we got into town, he made me drive him to the festival, and he did not break character until everyone left the festival. And it's very funny. I love his dedication, but it's very annoying to me.
I'm inspired by any Andy Kaufman-esque commitment to character. So
I love it, but my thing is like not that I think he's an amazing actor. But my thing is like I have known this man for like 20 plus years. So like I'm writing the character with him in mind. So it's not that different from just his normal. It's just a more annoying version of him basically. So it's like can I talk to you please? And
well, I think
unfortunately Dark Lord is much more annoying than Carney J. So it's going to be a nightmare in San Francisco.
if you want to have a more pleasant time, you need to write the friend you want to hang out with, okay, and make him
That's
play
a good
that.
point.
Okay,
That's a good
you're
that's
in
a good
control
that's a
here.
good motherfucking
Okay,
point.
be like,
That
oh, you're
is
the
tr-
one who's
It
really
is
nice
true.
and drives me around and pays for everything. Remember?
It gives me money and
Yeah.
tells me how cool I am and yeah.
And you carry my baby wipes when I need them. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the next movie he's basically the movie that we're shooting starting in June, he's kind of playing like all the characters are a version of me too, just because I'm writing them, but it's like this one's like really like it honestly should just be me, but I don't like acting. I only do it if I absolutely have to, like you were saying, if somebody bails and then I have to, then I'll do it. But so he's gonna be playing me, so hopefully I like this character because it is me, and if I don't like it, then we have some deeper issues to work through.
Then you'll need another movie to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything you want to plug? Any social medias you want to plug here at the end?
If anybody wants to follow me, just my handle on Instagram is brobocop77. I have an other trash Instagram that's my company, but I don't really use it anymore. So just brobocop77. Yeah, just hit me up if you want to check out any of the movies. I mean, I have a link tree with a lot of the stuff in there. Hopefully, people come out to the screening at the Balboa to see both of our movies. And yeah, dude, hit me up if anybody has any questions or if they want a movie or need to see something or whatever.
Word. This has been David Dawson on the Wundacast. I have been your host, Steven. And remember, kids, when you're at Unnamed Footage Fest, beware the Dark Lord of Love's Park, okay? Because if you give him $10, he may eat anything put before him, okay? Inanimate,
will eat
animate,
anything.
you don't know.
No, he will. Also, I will be there with a table full of movies, so you should buy stuff for me so I can put gas in my car and get home.
Yeah, and you should buy extra for your friends, and then you could do a raffle on Twitter and grow your social media. You should buy extra.
Yeah, buy everything. Buy everything that I have.
Yeah, he doesn't want to put anything back in his car. That's
nothing.
a fool's gambit.
Yeah, dude.
Boom.
Up with it because it's that aesthetic that really sort of draws you in, and it's creepy as hell.
Hey, Wunda. Hey, Wunda.
Wundercast? Give it up for Wundercast, man. What an adorable name.
You're listening to the Wundacast.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, Green Ranger. You're listening to Wundacast.
You can find it at Wundacast, and I know they love Effie.
I'd like to close this out by urging everyone to go over to wundablog.com, and you'll see on all of our recent podcasts, and once I post this up there, there will be a link to D-Rock's Patreon account for ad infinitum.
Oh, why'd you start linking my Patreon exactly when I stopped updating?
Oh no! Never mind!
You can also...
No, I'm gonna update it soon, I am. Because Halloween-a-thon's almost over. I've been busy with Halloween-a-thon, so...
You
Sorry,
can
everybody.
also support the Ringing Rocks roller rink and their GoFundMe to improve their local facility. You can check us out at Bundacast on TikTok and on Twitter. And thank you for joining us on YouTube.
Subscribe to the Wundercast.